Sexual harassment. Hey, we've heard about it. We've talked about it on this legal video blog. Well, we all know sexual harassment in the United States is illegal in the workplace under Title VII. But sexual harassment can sometimes take some unusual characteristics and produce some unexpected consequences. And that's what brings us to this week's case. It involves a man and a woman, co-workers, working for a organization handling passenger services at an airport. Well, the guy gets fired because of his, quote, poor attitude. He then says, look, you guys can't fire me. I had this poor attitude because I was in a hostile environment. Employer says, what do you mean hostile environment? He says, I was in a hostile environment because this gal was always hitting on me. As a result of that, I didn't want to come to work. I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to do my work. It was really a very bad news situation. Well, the case went forward. His deposition was taken. And when his deposition was taken, and again, a deposition is when somebody in a lawsuit is sat down and they are asked questions under oath. They have an obligation to answer the questions truthfully because that information then may be used later in the lawsuit. Well, his deposition was taken and he was asked who the gal was. He identified her. He was asked, well, but wasn't she a very attractive female? He said yes. So they said, well, wait a second. How can there be sexual harassment? You had this very attractive gal here who's hitting on you. You've conceded that anybody else would have been flattered, any other male would have been flattered to have her hitting on him. So where's the sexual harassment? How can this be a hostile workplace? He said, look, it was a hostile workplace to me. I didn't want her to be hitting on me, and that's the end of the story. Well, the case went forward, went up on appeal, went up to the United States Circuit Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit. That's the largest circuit in the United States. It's most of all of the western part of the United States. And there the court looked at it, and they gave it careful consideration. And basically what they said is that Title VII is not a beauty contest. And quoting from them, they say, even though the co-worker looks like Marilyn Monroe, the plaintiff might not want to have sex with her. It's up to him. Well, as a result, the court said the case can go forward. It's not an objective standard. It's not an objective standard. What does that mean? That means that the issue of sexual harassment and whether there is sexual harassment really is in the mind of the person who's being harassed. Does that person find that the conduct is harassing to them? Another individual in the same situation, same sex, might not find it to be harassment, but if that individual does, then in fact it is sexual harassment and the case can go forward. Okay, we bring you this case as we bring you cases every week so you understand what's taking place in the law so you can make the law work for you. I'm David Allen.